If you want to see me apply a full face of cream products, then stick around. Hi there, it's Hélène with another video, and it feels like it's been a week, and it has been a week since I filmed. I pre-filmed a whole whack of videos last time around, and now I am ready to get back at it. And this is the first of a number of videos, so you'll see this look over and over again. But what I decided to do is, because I'm participating in the Partners in Cream project, I thought it might be nice for me to do a full base application of cream products, because I think that cream products are intimidating. And the last couple of days of putting these on, I thought, you know, these are really, really easy, and I bet you it could be useful, helpful to some folks to see a full face of cream product application. So that is what we're going to do today. And I have a number of products. I already have some products on my face. I used the Pixi Glow Tonic. It's my favorite toner. The OLEHENRIKSEN Truth Serum. And the Algenist Genius Cream. So that's what I have on my face so far. And I do have the Bite Beauty Amuse-Bouche in Date. That is what I have on my lips. And I've had that on my lips for a couple of hours, and I think it's fading nicely, so I kept it on. If my nose looks a little red, I just had to blow my nose. Somehow I start filming and I need to blow my nose. I don't know how that works, but anyway, I am back. And I'm going to start off with a depotted Makeup Forever Step 1 Smoothing Primer, and I think I have the original package here. I keep the original package until the product's done, and then I can put it in my empties. So this is what we're going to be using, and it looks like this. Now I am taking some of this Step 1 Smoothing Primer, and I'm going to apply it right now. Pretty much do the T-zone. I don't need it everywhere. And it feels really nice. It's very, very little grit to it. And it just does exactly what it says it will do. I pretty much like every Smashbox primer, to be frank. Oh, the other thing I have is I do have Nude Sticks Gilt, G-I-L-T. I have that on, no, Angel? Which one do I have? Hang on. Gilt is the one that I have on. Anyway, I forgot to mention that. Now, moving on to another depotted product. It's the Smashbox CC Cream SPF 30 in Light that I also depotted, and that also had a ridiculous amount of product left in the squeezy tube. And with this one, I mix it. I thought I had everything. This is not really Cover FX, it's other product in it. It is the Annabelle Highlighting Drops in Aurora. And what I do is I take the amount that I want of the Smashbox CC Cream and a drop from here. So this is how much CC Cream I have. I'm going to put 1 drop of this stuff. And I transferred it into here because I like using a dropper. It just feels really nice. And glow drops are fantastic in the winter because complexion can look pretty flat. So now I have added the drop, and I'm going to just mix it. And I apply foundation with my hands, just the way I go. And I always go palms because product tends to pool in the palm of my hand, obviously, because that's where I put the product. Do I have some more on the tips of my fingers? Yeah, there we go. I don't put foundation on my eyelids. I just put it where I would normally have any sort of powder or anything like that. And on a related note, I'm doing a lot less powdering right now. We are in the depths of winter and it's very dry, and I just can't handle a whole lot of powder. So you'll see a lot of cream, but not much powder. If it were the summer, it would be a different story. Now I'm going to go wash my hands because they're full of CC cream, and I'll be right back. Okay, hands are clean, and I'm going to go right into this one right here, and it is the Complexionista from Benefit, and I'm going in for a specific product, which is this one right here. It's the last of the 10 uses I had to do on this product for my 10 uses project, so spoiler alert on that. I'm putting it on my two middle fingers and just tapping it on. And you'll see that it has a lot of opacity. You don't need a whole lot. And then I use my ring finger to tap it completely in, because the ring finger is gentler. So middle finger to just do the first dabs, and then ring finger to finish off. And it also prevents having too much product on the tapping finger. And I can always go back with the ring finger to apply more if I find I haven't applied enough. Okay, so that went pretty well, I think. And next up, I'm going to go in with my Boiing Airbrush concealer from Benefit in number 2. And I hit major pan on this one over the last couple of months, and just trying to use up as much as I can because it is getting old. And this one I'm going to put around my nose. So I have it on one finger, and I'm going to share it with the other finger and just take care of all the capillaries around my nose and the discoloration around my nose. Okay, I think that looks pretty good. I actually think I'm going to use this product again to do my eye primer. So I did use a little bit of that gilt here, but I'm just going to finish up priming my eyelids right now. And other side. Okay, I'm pretty happy with that. I may have to smooth out the rest. I'm going to continue on with cream products and then set everything. And I think I'm going to be okay. All right, next up I'm going to go into this Cover FX Quad. And it's the contour kit in N Light. And I'm going to go in, with this one, possibly this one, and the highlighter for sure. So let's go in with the number 4, the deepest color, as a bronzer. And I'm going to put it on both fingers, as I usually do. And let's do the forehead. Do a little bit of a triangle, and then bridge the two, and I go right up to my root line and start blending. Just fade it down on the forehead, really focusing more color on the periphery of the face, and I think it just kind of blends out nicely. And now I'm going to use the same product right onto the cheek here, focusing on down low and moving up, again sharing the product with my 2 ring fingers, and I'm going right here and up. It's really pretty effortless. So that is how I do most of my bronzing here. I will also use a little bit of it, but the lighter color on, actually, yeah, the lighter color on the sides of my nose. So I'm going to take a little bit of that. If I need to deepen it, I will, but I'll start with this one. And just add a little bit more. And finally, I put a little bit of that deeper shade, again, very, very little, on my lower lip, right underneath my lower lip. And then smooth it out. And I'll use pinky because I want to remove a little bit of it. Okay, so that is what I use as far as the, my hands are covered, as far as the deeper concealer and contouring colors. The only thing I'm missing is some highlighter on the bridge of my nose and on the cheekbones, but I'm going to do that after I apply blush, and I'm going to quickly go and wipe my hands, and then we'll get into the next step, I guess. I had to reach back for the powder, so I thought I would just show you that Gleam product. This is the Aurora color in the Gleam product, which is basically highlighter drops from Annabelle. That's what's in this little guy that I used earlier. Now, we're going to powder, and I'm not powdering a whole lot. I'm going to use my Fit Me / Rimmel. It's a little Frankenstein powder combo here. Not for any specific reason, I just had the Rimmel to use up, and I just dumped the rest of the Rimmel powder in here, and I've just brought a little bit up on the sifter, and I'm going to use this little mini from Sephora called the Pro Mini 55.5, and I'm just going to, I've got just a tiny bit on the brush, and I'm going to powder my nose and under my eyes. Just to help set the powder in those areas, and I'm using very, very little powder. I don't want to look cakey. And it is the winter, so I don't want to use a lot of powder at all. But I have to consider that I'm using a lot of cream products. And it's pretty much the T-zone. So nose, chin, and I'm going to go up here next. And I don't need to go any higher or wider than that because my skin on the periphery of my face is very, very dry. So I don't need to do anything more than that. So the cream is set. And now, because I did use the concealer on my eyes, I'm going to set that as well. And for that purpose, I'm going to use this Pro 5 brush, very fluffy brush from from BH Cosmetics. This is a Benefit palette though. The Complexionista, I'm going back in there. I'm going to use the Hoola Light to set my eye primer. I don't know that Benefit makes the Complexionista anymore, but it's really practical for travel. There's a mirror and 6 products. And all their kind of staple products, the Boiing Industrial Concealer, the Hoola Light, the Hoola Regular, the Dandelion Twinkle, and the, what's it called, What's Up? Really great products to have on the go. And I like the Hoola Light to just set my eye primer. It seems to do a great job. So there we go. All right. That is most of my cream products. All I need to do is the cheeks and the highlight. And I think today I'm going to use the Dolce Vita by NARS. And it is very, very, very liquidy. And I didn't do a whole lot of setting on the cheeks. It will be just fine. And the applicator is really weird. So I'll show you on camera here. It's just kind of like a flat dropper. It's really weird. So I'm going to put a drop on my finger, and that is all that I need for both cheeks. It takes almost no product at all. So I'm going to dab between my two fingers, and it's going to look crazy at first. Don't worry, it turns out just fine. Right? You would think, oh my gosh, what happened? But it gets nice quite quickly. The more we use cream products, the less terrifying this first step is. You know, the first application of the product when you think, oh my gosh, everything else I've done is ruined. That feeling goes away after a while. And you can disperse it so easily on the skin. It just gives it the look of like a flush of color. I think it looks really, really nice. And I purposefully put on quite a bit today just to show you there's no panic. I would probably use about 2/3 of what I just used today. But as you can see, you can dissipate the color, no problem. And if you go a little bit too wild, just like you could with powder or like a lighter powder or whatnot, you can just use a little bit of the previous cream product that you had underneath the blush and just delineate wherever it is that you think you went a little bit overboard, and it'll just kind of blend it out. It works fine. It's kind of like blending out powders, blending out creams works very, very similarly. Just going to wipe my hands, and then we'll go to the next step. We are going to go back into this palette for the fourth color, which is Moonlight, and it is a highlighter. Hopefully you can see. And this is probably the easiest step of the bunch. And the highlighter is not as creamy as the rest of the creams in the palette. It never was, and I think that that's a good thing for highlighter, because highlighter can be a little overwhelming. And I just go onto my cheekbone with one finger and then help disperse it with a second finger. And same thing with the other side. Tap, tap, tap. And then both fingers. Good. Now I'm going to add a little bit of highlighter to my ring finger and go down the bridge of my nose. I had a little bit too much on, so I actually went and put some on my other ring finger to just reduce the amount of highlight. All right, on the Cupid's bow. Went in for a little bit more off the other finger, and I think that's looking pretty good. All right, that is it from me on my contouring of the face using nothing but cream products. Just a reminder of what I used. A few very liquidy products, the Gleam that I put in with my foundation, and the blush product from NARS called Dolce Vita. A couple of cream palettes. I used all 4 of the Cover FX products. And you couldn't see anything. There we go. And the Complexionista, I ended up using these 2 out of the Complexionista, the #1 Industrial and the Hula Light. And the Boiing Industrial #2 I used as well. So that's it, a full face of the cream products, a lot of them that I'm using in the Partners in Cream project. I'll put that video right here if you haven't seen it yet. I just introduced it. The project has just started with over 45 people, I think, at this point. And I set it with a little bit of Fit Me / Rimmel setting powder, and that is pretty much it. So that is it, a full face of cream products. I decided not to do cream eyeshadow today because I do have another video coming up with a first look on camera with a given palette, so that'll be coming up very quickly on this channel. But I wanted to show you a full application of cream products because of that project that is the Partners in Cream, and also just because cream products can be intimidating, and if you have them in your collection, it would be great if you could make more use out of them, especially if you've been reluctant to use them for fear of messing up your base. So that's it from me. Thank you so much for watching. You know I appreciate it every single time, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video. But for now, take care.